Welcome back. Today we'll be flipping kingdoms. So I'll show you how to do it and we'll need quite a bit of materials. Let's get started. We'll need 2 paper plates, pencil, eraser, Sharpie, a pen, preferably a 2-legged pen or a paper clip. We'll need some coloring materials such as water-based marker, and optional would be some water and a paintbrush. When we start, I like to start with our first plate. This is our first plate, and I will start with drawing a halfway line on the plate here. It's a simple straight line that goes across the center of the plate in the middle. And then I like to start with a center line, vertical center line, and I'll start drawing a building. This will be a Rome building. It is actually based on the Forum of Julius Caesar in Rome, in ancient Rome. So the 2 walls on the 2 sides, and then here's like the roof, more like a rectangle at the top, and then a triangle on top of that rectangle. After that, I'm going to draw another line underneath the roof and also a smaller triangle inside the roof there. After that, in Rome, the structures and all the buildings are very famous for all the columns that support the ceiling and the roof. So in the front of the building, I will draw 6 columns in total. And remember, each column requires 2 straight lines coming from the ceiling to the floor. And as you can see, I also raised the floor so that I can put a staircase at the bottom there. Also remember, all the structure, all the drawings of this room building is on top of the halfway line, on the top part of the plate. So once I have finished the columns, I will start to draw the staircases. After that, I will draw out the structure beside the main structure, main building here. So there will be other smaller ones, and then also going toward us so that it shows a little bit of perspective. And of course, you can simplify or add more detail as you like. Right here, I'm just adding more, almost like more columns and ceilings so that it has more building, more room for people to go in. Great! Now that I have finished one kingdom, this is the kingdom for Caesar, I am going to flip my drawing upside down. So the whole plate, you will turn it upside down. And now we'll draw on the opposite side. To contrast with Forum of Julius Caesar's, I am going to draw 2 walls, same width as the building below. And then I'll also draw a roof, but this time my roof will be a trapezoid. Now on this side of the kingdom is actually Jesus' kingdom. So this is where Jesus was born. Jesus was born in a manger, so this is a little manger for Jesus. And then a little basket, we can draw a simple one or a more three-dimensional one where it shows a little bit of the perspective of it, the front and side. And of course, beside the manager, we need some animals. In this example here, I'm drawing one sheep on the right side and one horse on the left side. Feel free to add your own animal or change your animals to something that you like. And once you have finished drawing the animals, you may also add stars in the sky here. And of course, it's up to you if you want to add stars, or if it's in the daytime, then probably you will not be able to see the stars. Then you might be some cloud or even a sun there. After we have finished drawing both sides, both kingdoms, we will start tracing it with a Sharpie, a black Sharpie. Now it's time for us to work on the second plate. So I'm going to extend the halfway line to the side of the plate and repeat it on the second plate. So I want to measure it so that I have the exact location of the line here. So that I make sure it's in the center of the plate. Once I have done that, in the middle, in the center of the line, I'm going to draw a semicircle, so a half of a circle at the top. And at the bottom, I'm going to draw two lines. One line is the top of the word, and the second line is the bottom part of the word. So I'm going to draw, and actually I'm going to write the word kingdom in between these two lines, and then I'm going to use my Sharpie to trace them. If you know how to do bubble letters or block letters, feel free to do that. Otherwise, you can just write the word kingdom. After that, we can start coloring the plate with, you can either color with color pencil, or I'm using washable markers here. With ancient building, they do not really have a bunch of colors on the buildings. They have colors, but it's not going to be super colorful. So I'm mainly using for earth tone for the buildings on both sides. And I'm coloring the sky with blue. However, on Jesus Kingdom side, I'm using light blue to medium blue to dark blue. And I'm also using the earth tone, the light brown color, to color in the word kingdom. Now this part is optional. If you have washable marker, if you use washable marker, you may also use water and a brush to fill in some of the gaps in between the marker lines. Hooray! Now it's time for the craft. So we will be using our scissors and cut out the side that says kingdom. Remember, we only cut one plate, which is the plate that has the word kingdom on it. And then I'm going to test it out. I'm going to put it on the drawing plate and see if I can rotate it first. Once I figure out that I can rotate it, I'm going to put my pen in the center. So on the center line, I'm going to poke a hole through it using my pen, and then put the kingdom plate on the drawing plate, and then poke it through the drawing plate. so that I have kind of like a clock so that it can rotate. If you have a two-legged pen, you can use that, which makes it much easier. I do not have one, so I'm using my paper clip instead. So I open up my paper clip, poke it through. After that, I'm gonna bend the back so that it doesn't come out. Basically, it locks the paper clip in place. And now I have two plates that can rotate. So I'm gonna hold the kingdom so that it doesn't move around, but we can rotate the back, the second plate, so that the kingdom can rotate and we can see different pictures. It really represents how Jesus come to our world and change our whole world. Alright, I hope you'll enjoy today's craft and I'll see you next time.